Okay, I need to set the scene for you. Picture this: big meeting room, glass walls, 12 people around the table. My boss at the head. Everyone has their laptops open, their notebooks, their coffee. Very professional, very serious.
Oh no, I know that look on your face. What did you do?
I didn't do anything. That was the problem. So the meeting starts. People are talking, sharing updates. Everything's going fine. And I'm sitting there. I'm following along. 60%, maybe 70%. Good enough, right?
That's actually a win for a second language meeting.
I thought so. And then, completely out of nowhere, my boss stops, looks directly at me, in front of everyone, and says, "Tom, what do you think?"
The classic. The most terrifying four words in any language.
My brain, I want you to picture this. My brain went completely white. Not blank, white. Like someone turned off all the lights and also turned off the backup lights and then unplugged the building.
A total blackout.
Total blackout. And I opened my mouth, and what came out was, yes, I think, yes, it is a good direction.
A good direction? Tom!
I couldn't stop it. It just came out. And my boss looked at me for about 3 very long seconds and then just said, "Right, moving on."
Okay, calm crew. If you just felt that story in your chest, if you've ever been in a meeting and your heart started beating faster the moment someone looked your way, today's episode is for you.
Because here's the thing: that moment, that freeze, it has a reason, it has a fix. And by the end of this episode, you're going to have the exact phrases that will save you from your own good direction moment.
Welcome back to Calm English Company. I'm Lucy.
And I'm Tom, the man who once called a budget discussion a good direction.
Let's go. All right, let's talk about why meetings are so particularly terrifying when English is your second language. Because it's not just nervousness, there are specific reasons. And once you understand them, they stop feeling so overwhelming.
Reason number one, and this is the big one: speed. Normal English conversation, you have time. If you miss a word, you can ask. If you need a moment, you can pause. But in a meeting, conversations move fast. People interrupt each other. They use abbreviations, acronyms, industry terms. And by the time you've processed what someone said, the conversation has already moved 3 steps forward.
You're always one lap behind.
Exactly. And that gap, that one lap behind feeling, creates this low level panic that sits in your chest the whole time. You're not fully listening anymore. You're just waiting for someone to notice.
Reason number two, unpredictability. In most English situations, you can prepare. Going to a restaurant, you know they'll ask what you want. Making a phone call, you know roughly how it'll go. But a meeting? Nobody sends you the script. Someone can ask you anything at any moment, and your brain knows that. So it stays on high alert the entire time.
Which is exhausting. You're not actually in the meeting. You're watching the meeting and waiting for danger.
Exactly. And reason number three, and Tom, this one's personal for you,
The silence.
the silence. In meetings, silence feels like failure. In normal conversation, a 2-second pause is fine. But when your boss asks you a question in front of 12 people, every second of silence feels like a public announcement that you don't know what you're talking about.
It's not actually true, but it feels true. And feelings run the show in those moments.
So, those are the three weapons meetings use against you: speed, unpredictability, and silence. And in the next sections, we're going to give you weapons back.
Coming up, there's a specific thing that happens in your brain when someone puts you on the spot in a second language. And once you know what it's called and why it happens, you will never panic the same way again. That's right after this.
Okay, let's get a little bit science-y. Just a little. Because understanding what actually happens in your brain during that freeze moment is genuinely life-changing.
So there's a concept called cognitive overload. And in simple terms, it means your brain has a limited amount of processing power. Like a computer, if you run too many programs at once, it slows down or crashes.
And in a meeting in English, your brain is trying to run how many programs at once?
Let's count. It's listening and translating. That's one. It's trying to understand the context. Two. It's monitoring your own body language. Three. It's watching other people's reactions. Four. It's preparing what you might say. Five. And it's managing the anxiety of possibly being called on. Six.
6 programs. Simultaneously.
On a brain that was built to comfortably run maybe 3 or 4 in a new language.
So when someone suddenly calls on you, your brain doesn't just process the question, it has to do all of those things and respond at the same time in under 3 seconds. In a language you're still learning.
It's not a you problem, it's a processing problem. And the proof is this: the exact same person who freezes in that meeting, give them 5 minutes to prepare their answer, they'll give a perfectly intelligent, coherent response.
Because the processing pressure is gone.
Right. So the freeze isn't about intelligence or ability, it's about cognitive load. Too much happening at once, not enough processing bandwidth in that moment.
And here's the good news: there are specific techniques to reduce that load. Not eliminate it, reduce it, so your brain has just enough breathing room to function.
Technique 1: anchor phrases. These are short, automatic phrases you say at the start of a response while your brain catches up. You've heard us talk about these before. Things like, "That's a great point," or "Let me think about that for a second." These are not filler words, they are cognitive breathing space. They give your brain 3 extra seconds to organize a response.
Technique 2: preloaded opinions. Before every meeting, prepare 2 or 3 general opinions about the main topic, just in case. You don't have to use them, but having them ready means your brain can reach for a prepared response instead of building one from scratch under pressure.
Technique 3: the permission phrase. This is for when you genuinely didn't understand a question. Instead of guessing or saying nothing, you use a phrase that sounds professional while buying you time. We'll give you the full list of these in section 4, but first, Lucy has a story.
Coming up, I'm going to tell you about the worst meeting I ever had. It involves a video call, a frozen screen, and me accidentally agreeing to do something I absolutely did not want to do. Stay with us. It's bad, but it ends well. I promise.
Okay, Lucy, the video call incident.
Okay. So, this was during a project meeting, online, video call, about 8 people. And it was one of those meetings where the connection is slightly bad. People keep cutting out. You only hear every third word.
The nightmare scenario.
The absolute nightmare. And I was already stressed because the main topic was something I hadn't fully prepared for. So I'm on this call, trying to follow along, and suddenly my screen freezes, just stops, for maybe 10 seconds. And when it comes back, everyone is looking at me expectantly.
Uh oh.
And the team leader says, with this very patient smile, "So, Lucy, do you agree?"
What did you say?
I said, "Yes."
No.
I panicked. I didn't know what I was agreeing to, and everyone nodded and moved on. And I sat there thinking, what did I just agree to? What is happening?
What had you agreed to?
To present the quarterly report in front of the whole company the following Friday.
Lucy.
I know. I spent that entire week preparing a presentation I never planned to give. But here's the lesson, and it's important. You are allowed to ask for clarification in a meeting. Always. It is not weak. It is not embarrassing. It is professional. The embarrassing thing is saying yes when you mean no because you were too scared to ask.
So instead of yes, what should you have said?
I should have said, "Sorry, my connection froze for a moment. Could you repeat that?" 5 words, and everything would have been different.
5 words. That's all.
5 words between me and a Friday presentation I didn't want to give.
Okay. That is the perfect bridge into section 3, the 5 meeting survival phrases. These are the exact phrases that handle the 5 most dangerous meeting moments.
Dangerous moment number 1. You missed what someone said. Phrase, "Sorry, I missed that. Could you say that again?" Or, "My apologies, I didn't quite catch that. Could you repeat?" Never, ever pretend you understood when you didn't. It always catches up with you. Ask. Every time.
Dangerous moment number 2. Your boss asks what you think, and your brain goes white. Phrase, "That's a really interesting point. Give me just 1 second." Or, "I've been thinking about this. What I'd say is," the second one is gold. "I've been thinking about this." Even if you've been thinking about it for literally 3 seconds, makes you sound prepared and thoughtful.
Dangerous moment number 3. You want to add something, but don't know how to interrupt. Phrase, "Can I just add something here?" Or, "Actually, if I could jump in for a second." These are standard professional English phrases. Native speakers use them constantly, and they signal confidence. You have something to say, and you're saying it.
Dangerous moment number 4. You don't understand a term or acronym someone used. Phrase, "Quick question. When you say term, do you mean," or "Could you clarify what you mean by," nobody expects you to know every technical term. Asking for clarification shows engagement, not weakness.
Dangerous moment number 5. You need more time to answer a complex question. Phrase, "That's a great question. There are a few angles to consider here." And then pause, breathe, organize, because you just bought yourself 15 seconds without anyone noticing.
5 dangerous moments, 5 phrases. Write them on a sticky note. Put them on your laptop screen before your next meeting.
Seriously, actually do that. A physical reminder right there while you're in the meeting.
Coming up, the 10 phrases that will make you sound genuinely professional in any English meeting, from opening to closing. And Lucy has a meeting phrase that her manager once told her made her sound incredibly authoritative. You're going to want to write this one down. Back in a moment.
All right, 10 phrases. And these go beyond survival. These make you sound like you belong in any room.
Phrase 1. Starting a point. I'd like to highlight something important here. This phrase tells the room, pay attention. What I'm about to say matters. It immediately commands focus.
Phrase 2. agreeing professionally. I think that's a really strong point, and I'd add that notice, you agree and add your own thought. You're not just nodding, you're participating.
Phrase 3. Disagreeing without conflict. I see where you're coming from. I might look at it slightly differently, though. This is soft disagreement. You respect their view, you add yours. No tension, no conflict.
Phrase 4. Asking for opinions. I'd be curious to hear what the team thinks about this. This one is powerful because it shifts attention to others when you need a moment, and it makes you look like a team player.
Phrase 5. Redirecting a discussion. That's a valuable point. Should we come back to that after we cover the main agenda? This sounds extremely professional. You're managing the meeting, not just sitting in it.
Phrase 6. Showing you're following along. So, if I understand correctly, what we're saying is summarizing what others said in your own words has two benefits. It confirms your understanding, and it shows you've been actively listening.
Phrase 7. Making a recommendation. Based on what we've discussed, I'd suggest based on what we've discussed, that one phrase alone makes everything after it sound considered and professional.
Phrase 8. Wrapping up your point. So, in short, my position is when you've explained something and want to land the key message cleanly, this phrase signals your conclusion. Crisp, clear, confident.
Phrase 9. Buying time gracefully. That's something I'd want to think through carefully before I commit to an answer. Lucy, this one?
This is the one. My manager once told me this phrase made me sound incredibly authoritative. Because only confident, experienced people say they want to think carefully before answering. Everyone else just guesses. When you say this, you signal that your answers mean something.
Incredible.
Phrase 10. Closing strong. To summarize what I've said, the key takeaway for me is when you end with a summary phrase, you control how people remember your contribution. You're not hoping they got it. You're telling them what to remember.
10 phrases. From opening a point to closing one. From surviving a question to redirecting an entire meeting.
And here's what I want you to really hear. You don't need to use all 10. Pick 2. Practice those 2 until they feel like breathing. Then add 2 more. Build the toolkit slowly.
You only ever need the next phrase, not all of them at once.
Challenge time! And this week's challenge has 2 levels. Pick whichever fits your situation.
Level 1. Before your next meeting, any meeting, even a small one, prepare 2 anchor phrases. Write them on paper, and use at least one during the meeting. Just one.
Level 2. The brave one. Next time someone asks for your opinion in a meeting, don't say, I don't know, or go quiet. Use, that's something I'd want to think through carefully. And then take 5 seconds. Actually think. Then speak.
5 seconds of confident silence is infinitely better than 30 seconds of anxious rambling.
And then come back here. Comment below. Tell us, I tried the Brave Challenge. That's it. You don't have to tell us what you said, just that you tried it. We want to know.
Here's the truth. English meetings are hard. They are genuinely, objectively hard, even for native speakers who aren't confident. So if you freeze, if you have your own good direction moment, that doesn't mean you failed.
It means you showed up.
And showing up staying in the room, trying to contribute even when it's uncomfortable. That is courage in any language.
You are braver than you think and more prepared than you feel.
That is all from us today on Calm English Company Episode 13. Done. If this episode helped you, please share it with one person who has ever frozen in a meeting. They need this.
Subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. New episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Something big is coming on Wednesday. I'm not telling you what it is, but it is something we have never covered before on this channel.
All I'll say is, it might make you laugh, and it might make you feel very seen.
Wednesday. Be there.
Bye for now, Comm Crew.
See you Wednesday. Keep going. You're doing better than you think. Always.